It was raining. The kind of rain that makes you want to just use an umbrella. I'd been alone in my office for hours. No clients, no phone calls, no email, not even spam. No more booze in my cabinet. No more food in my pantry, not even spam. No knocks on the door. No friendly cartoon mouse living in the wall and helping me solve mysteries, for there were no mysteries to solve. And that's when she walked in. She asked if I was taking new cases. She hung up her coat before I could say no. She said a friend of mine had recommended my services. She was lying. I don't have any friends. Not anymore. I used to have one, but he was eaten by a cartoon cat. I asked her for her name. She said Betty. I asked her what she wanted. She said her husband might be having an affair, or he might be a serial killer, or he might have been a ghost all along. She wanted my help to find out for sure. She asked if I'd do this free of charge, as a favor to a friend. She put on her coat before I could say no. It was foggy, the kind of fog that makes you want to wear a hat with a little lighthouse on top. Her husband had claimed he was working the graveyard shift that night. He was lying. I stopped by his office, and he was nowhere to be found. Next, I tried the local serial killer bar. No sign of him. I visited the cemetery. No grave. No ghost. That could mean only one thing. I tried the seedy motel. He walked out of a room with another woman. Bingo. An affair. They went to a car. I followed. They drove to a house. I followed. The man dropped off the woman, and then he kept on driving. I followed. He went to the cemetery. Maybe he wasn't lying about that graveyard shift after all. He had flowers. He laid them on a grave. He left. I didn't follow. It was her grave. Betty's. She was dead. Suddenly, it dawned on me. She was the one who had been a ghost all along. That's why her husband had seemed distant. That's why she couldn't pay me. That's how she knew my cartoon mouse friend. It all made sense. The case was closed. The next morning, it was sunny. The kind of sun that makes you want to drink a whole bottle of suntan lotion. But then it started to rain. I turned on the TV. There'd been a murder. The victim was the woman I had seen last night. The prime suspect was the man. The cops were looking for him now, but he had disappeared without a trace. Like a ghost. Maybe Betty was right. Maybe she was right about everything. Maybe he was a serial killer. Maybe he had gotten away because I wasn't smart enough to connect the dots. Maybe he'll kill again. Maybe the streets of this dirty town will run red with blood. Maybe I'll have that red blood on my hands. Maybe. It's hard to tell when you're colorblind.